Holiday greetings, everyone. Glad to be with you. Here we are in Rutherford, and we're getting ready to enjoy our Rutherford wine that is in your wine club package.
These two wines will be featured at our Holiday Giving Virtual Tasting on December 12th.
We're so grateful to have you in our kitchen, so we wanted to bring you home to the Vintners house for the holidays. And we're very excited to have with us a wonderful chef from the Culinary Institute, Durfee. Stephen is the CIA professor of baking and pastry.
That's correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And we're so glad to have you in our kitchen.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm just about to celebrate my 20 years of teaching at culinary school.
Oh, congratulations! That's a big anniversary.
Michelle, I made today a cheesecake, and it's a little bit of a riff on a traditional idea for cheesecake, because we're making individual portions that we're going to prepare to kind of make it a little bit more approachable and seem less fussy for holidays by preparing them individually in these cute little mason jars.
Great!
Right?
I love those.
Yeah, so the idea is to try to bring some portability to the dessert, so it's something that you can easily make in advance. They're individual portions, so not everybody's going to be reaching into the same cake. And truthfully, this is a dish that I would serve at most times of the year. But what makes it particularly special for this, besides the fact that we're going to be matching the wines, is that we're choosing some nice fruits to bring it. And I took some blackberries that we harvested from my own yard a few months ago, and I've had in the freezer, and bringing those back out to make through a little fruit compote. So cheesecake, in case you're not familiar, is really a member of the custard family. So if you like creme brulees and you like creme caramels and things like that, everybody's familiar with cheesecake, but we don't always think of it in terms of how do we put it together. And in fact, it's a really, really simple presentation of cream cheese and cream and eggs. And sugar, of course. And for this particular version, we marbled in some bitter chocolate. And so in tasting the cheesecake, it's rich, but it has a nice balance of richness and depth, and just a tiny bit of density to it. So it's not too smooth custardy, but it has a nice mouth-filling richness. Yeah, so the cheesecake is made in advance, and it's baked at a low temperature in the oven in a water bath. One of the key rules for baking a custard, we always say low and slow is the way to go. And so that means that we're going to have a low temperature, and we put the jars into a square baking dish and pour water around them so they bake at a really low temperature. And then we'll chill them, and so it's something that you can make in advance, and so that takes some of the stress out of last minute presentation or preparation. So today, to round this out, because the cheesecake by itself is creamy, but it has a sort of a milky blandness to it, we wanted to take some blackberries. In order to get the most of these, we're going to macerate them in a little bit of sugar. And then it doesn't take a whole lot of sugar. And then to assemble the dish, we're going to take a little bit of this portion with a little bit of the juice inside each cup. So right now we have the fruity compote and then the creaminess of the cheesecake, and so we really need to add some texture. And toward that end, we've prepared something that's called a streusel. So a streusel, what I have right here, it's really just sort of a nut cookie dough. And it's you mix it up together like any other cookie dough, butter and sugar, and in this case, some ground hazelnuts and almonds. And so it brings out a nice sort of earthy quality. You take the cookie dough, and I have a trick that we use. I'll take a cake cooling rack that is usually shaped like a grid. And so you can imagine you take your cake out of the oven and you put it on the cooling rack, and they have this sort of wire grid. So I'll take this cookie dough and I kind of push it right through the wire grid so it breaks apart into these little individual portions like this. Right? You can also just roll this out and just kind of rough chop it with a knife. But the cookie dough is nice because now it's in a manageable portion that you can pick up with a spoon. So it's going to add a nice sort of textural contrast to the rest of the dish. And we'll spoon a little bit of that on top. And you can mix and match and put these together at different seasons so that you can enjoy different combinations. And then finally, just what we need for the holidays is a sprinkle of snow. Even if in the Napa Valley we don't have so much snow, it's nice to see that. So just a little tap on that right on the top. You know, this cheesecake is something I've been making for years. It never fails to bring a smile to people's face, I have to say. You don't have to use a mason jar. It's just kind of trendy these days for portable desserts to build things in jars. And because they actually come with lids on them, it is kind of handy even if you wanted to take a holiday picnic on the road. They're easily transported. Let's go on some of our streusel. And you know, I could even mention this. We were just talking about this dietary substitutions. Obviously, cheesecake is not low in fat, but this could be easily be prepared to follow the keto diet by substituting appropriate sugar substitutes for the sugar that's in the recipe, the ones you were mentioning. So, yeah,
for you,
absolutely.
Yeah, it was, as we were looking at all the ingredients, every one of them are basically keto, and you just use the sugar substitute, and you got a great dessert. And I've been filling with a lot of desserts that, and be doing more over the holidays. And, it's basically just changing the sugar.
Well,
And there's all types of different sugar substitutes you'll find out. There's even the one I'm trying right now. It's called monk fruit. So it's very natural, and it's a sweetener.
I'd have to give a shout out to our Chief Operating Officer Jeff Knoll's wife, Naomi, who turned us on to monk fruit. It's been a lot of fun. And Chef, what I love about this is you can create these wonderful mason jar cheesecakes and add your favorite accoutrements. I mean,
Absolutely. It's really just a template for whatever you feel like adding to it.
Chef, we're so excited. I cannot wait to taste these. These are beautiful. Do I swirl? Smell it first. That's beautiful. Oh, this is going to be great with these wines too.
I hope.
Oh.
What we were thinking.
It's a cheesecake.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Well done.
And I'm
Thank you.
so grateful for you joining us today, and happy anniversary, 20th anniversary. And everyone, please enjoy the holidays. We look forward to seeing you for our giving December the 12th virtual tasting, and we're going to continue to raise funds for the Napa Valley Community Foundation Disaster Relief. All right, cheers everyone,
cheers.
enjoy.
Cheers, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho!